Gave up 4 runs in the first inning due to his offense, but...
So, Noah, you've got Yu Darvish, new face, new place. How about you, Braden?
I'd like to focus on Albert Pujols and where he's at right now. In L.A., he's going to be the golden boy. He's Blake Griffin and Kobe Bryant of basketball. And he started out with that 1-0-3 day, but he's still Albert Pujols, and he's going to have a great time in L.A. I think it was a good move from him to go from St. Louis to Los Angeles.
Prince Albert in L.A. How about you, Courtney?
I'm going with Prince Fielder, who made his move to Detroit. I mean, he's the first guy that's been able to give the Tigers an edge since 1984. I mean, it's important, but it's going to take more than home runs. They're going to have to get in sync and work something out, but I think that there's going to be success there for sure.
And Drew?
I'm going to stick along the same lines there as Prince Fielder, but it's not him. The biggest winner is Miguel Cabrera, ladies and gentlemen. He's hitting in that 3-hole with Prince Fielder protecting him. We saw Ryan Braun do fantastic things like that. Right now, Cabrera's hitting over 500. He has 3 home runs and 8 RBIs in 4 games they're playing right now, so that the stats might be a little different, but that's fantastic. He's arguably a better right-handed hitter than Braun is anyways, so with that protection, he's going to be dangerous this year.
All right, very good stuff, guys. I love the baseball knowledge on this side of the studio here. Everybody's getting double points to end this round. We're going to head to a little look at the perfect pets from the Cooley Region Humane Society, but when we come back, we'll wrap it up with some NBA talk and new Nike jerseys. Let's look at those pets.
Come meet Sunny, a 2-year-old male domestic shorthair. He's very friendly and affectionate, and his purr will for sure win you over in no time. Here's Haley. She's a female 1-year-old German Shepherd Husky mix. She's a beautiful, lovable dog that will brighten any home she's adopted into. Looking for a kitten? Well, then Kermit's the cat for you. He's a 6-month-year-old domestic shorthair. He's very playful and is looking for the perfect home with lots of fun things to do. And last but not least, here's Toby, a 4-month-year-old lab. He does well with other dogs and has lots of energy and certainly a lot of love to give.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Welcome back into Sports Scene. Of course, as we take a look at our updated leaderboard, we've got another 3-way tie here between Drew, Noe, and Braden. Courtney at 15. This round, it's triple points. Let's start out, moving now to the NBA. Lamar Odom and the Dallas Mavericks ended their very short relationship. The Mavs thought they may have really lucked out when they got Odom. He came into camp out of shape, never really invested in his new situation away from L.A. Drew, we'll start with you. What do you make out of this situation with Lamar Odom?
Well, my whole thing with Lamar here is I don't think he ever really wanted to be there. You can see that from the start. He's averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, those are considerably lower than his averages of 14 and 7 for his career. Since he's got married to Khloe Kardashian, he's kind of been a Kardashian himself, a little dramatic. Before that, he was known as a guy that would play hard, 6-man off the bench, come and play real hard. But since then, he's been too dramatic for me, and I got to pass on him and Khloe.
Noe?
I'll definitely have to agree with you on that one. There's a lot happening in his life, which is hard for anyone to deal with. But the passing of his cousin, which was really hard, but I definitely agree. He's becoming part of the Kardashian circle, which really doesn't help things, especially in the eye of the media. So, not too good on his side right now.
Braden?
I understand that a lot of things were happening with Lamar Odom, but you're still a professional athlete, and people expect you to come in and play at a high level. I look at Brett Favre. He came back after his dad died. He had one of the best games of his career. And you have to be able to set things aside as a professional athlete and be able to perform at a high level. And he came in, he kind of dramatic. He just didn't want to be there, and he was kind of a baby about it, in my personal opinion. I think the Mavericks did a good job of releasing him, and he wasn't useful to them anymore.
And Courtney, final up.
Just quick, I completely disagree. I love Khloe and Lamar, but that's just my opinion. But I just feel bad for him. I do. I mean, he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to leave a city he loved, the family behind he loved, and he's just in a place that he just doesn't want to be in. I mean, I think it's the best thing for him right now. Take some time off, fight those internal demons, see what, fix the stuff that's broken right now, and he'll come back. And
all right, so the Mavericks doused Odom, trying to get ready for their push to the playoffs. That end of the season is wrapping up here soon. How do you guys see the playoffs shaping out? We'll start once again with Drew.
I think for the playoffs, it's going to be what everybody said the whole year, Oklahoma City, Miami in the finals. With the Spurs making a late push right here, Tony Parker's playing out of his mind. He should definitely be in MVP talks. Do I think he should win it? Probably not. It's probably got to be Kevin Durant or LeBron James. But what he's doing down the stretch, last year he didn't even start in the playoffs, so I give Tony Parker a lot of respect, but I do think it'll be Oklahoma City and Miami in the finals.
And along with that, I think Chicago's doing a great job right now. the New York Knicks heating up. They will be one to watch for the rest of the season. But for on the behalf of the Atlantic, I think the Boston Celtics are set to take the win on that one.
Aging like fine wine.
That's
Braden.
right. I think in the West, it's definitely Oklahoma City. I like how the Spurs are on the momentum, but it's hard to keep that momentum throughout the entire series of the playoffs. On the East, on the other hand, it's the Bulls, it's Heat. And I think that with the bad taste in the mouth from the Bulls last year, losing to the Heat in the finals, I think that if Derrick Rose gets healthy, I believe that they are definitely possible to beat the Heat and that they will be in the finals. I see Oklahoma City and the Bulls in the finals.
And Courtney.
The team I'm actually looking out is the Bucks. I just think that ever since the trade from Monte Ellis and Andrew Bogut, I think that a lot of positive things have been happening. The Bucks have been averaging 100 points per game. The offense is stepping up. The defense is stepping up. You know, they're only 1.5 games behind the 76ers, and let me say, have they been slipping 8th to 4th? I don't know. I just see the Bucks making some positive progress, for sure.
Interesting note to add on to what Braden said quickly about Chicago going. Right now, Miami does have to go through Chicago to get to those finals, so I think that'll play a big part in it, but I do see Miami winning that.
All right, and as we switch from the NBA back to the NFL, because what else would we talk about in the sports world besides the NFL? Nike unveiled their new line of NFL jerseys, a few minor changes of materials. Most teams' jerseys stayed the same, especially the historic teams. Some drastic changes, though, for teams like the Seahawks. Overall, what are your guys' impressions of these jerseys? We'll start with Noe.
All right. Well, I was looking at them online. I don't see too much of a real jump. I wish they would have put a little more detail in them, kind of tweaked them a little more. But the one thing is the Cleveland Browns have stayed the same for about 30 years, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. People, I mean, if I was a fan, I wish change it up a little bit, but, you know.
Braden.
I would like to applaud Nike on what they did. I'm glad that they didn't come out and then just change up all the jerseys and experiment with all of them right away like they do with Oregon. I liked how they just kind of gave a little taste of what they could do with the Seahawks and see what other possible options they can have with other teams. And don't go changing everything right away. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But later in the years, I expect to see some more changes, and then in about 5-10 years, some drastic changes that are going to be for the benefit.
Courtney.
Yeah, I agree. All I have to say about it is it's about time, definitely, for Nike to take over Reebok. I just think that's ancient news. It's time for the biggest sports brand to definitely do that. I agree. Didn't see much difference. Was hoping for a little bit more. A lot of them just look they slapped this Nike symbol on the sleeve. But, you know, like Braden says, maybe they'll show some more in the future, so some more differences.
Honestly, are we this bored? are we this bored in the sporting world that this is a story? The NFL's never been about fashion. That's not the point. It's the guys in the jerseys and the things happening on the field. So just to be talking about this, you know, it really upsets me.
Very important.
I'm just going to say it doesn't matter. I don't care. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the football the same with a Nike jersey on as a Reebok jersey. So don't care.
So a very angry Drew White rounds out our final topic, and for that passion, I'm going to go ahead to the points board here. We're going to give Courtney a final score of 35. You did great filling in here. We're going to give Braden a final score of 40. I like what you did. A lot of passion as well. Noe, you held your own. I'm going to give you a final score of 40. But Drew, always on top of his game, rocking the red polo for the Masters. His Sunday red on Tuesday. We're going to give him 50 points and the victory. It's time for Drew White's FaceTime.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason I win is because I give Nick so many compliments. I mean, it's kind of a secret thing we do here, but I kind of want to dampen the mood here a little bit. Sorry to do that to you. Talk about Bob Uecker's son, Steve, who passed away on Friday. It's a tragedy for the Uecker family. Uecker's dealing with cancer himself, so everybody's thoughts and prayers should go out to the Uecker family and those who all around the world and all around the country right now that are dealing with tragic losses like we've seen so many times.
Yes, of course, we always do like to have fun here, but there always is some sad stories in the sports world, and everyone's thoughts and prayers go out to Uecker. And, of course, we hope that the fans down there in Florida as well can kind of try to rebound from Ozzie Guillen's statements, and hopefully there can be some sort of a connect there. But we are going to wrap things up this week on Sports Scene. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks very much to my esteemed panel for making this job look so easy for me, and, of course, the cast and crew behind the scenes as well. Don't forget you can check out all the other WMCM shows right here on this channel every Tuesday, and of course the end of the week news on Thursday. My name is Nick Rytilahti, signing off for Sports Scene. Thanks.